Qatar first, they'll be playing a friendly match against Qatar under 22 side. That will be on the 10th of January. And then from Qatar, then the team will travel to Russia, where they will play a Commonwealth tournament in St. Petersburg. And then it will be a tournament that comprises of 12 teams. So we just feel that and believe that this is the good tour that will help the boys to gel emotionally and socially, but also to help them with our tactical combinations. We have organized the provisional squad, and we're going to announce the provisional squad of 24 players. And then the technical team will have to cut 3 players, and then the 21 players are the ones that are traveling to the tour. And then in my list here, I've just got the 24 players that are part of the provisional squad that will camp on the 3rd of January. Just to announce the squad quickly. The goalkeepers, we have Jethran Ba from Bidvest West Football Club. We have Dumsani Msebi from Supersport Football Club. We have Sibongiseni Mkhize, FC Cape Town. Defenders, we have Kabelo Seriba, Supersport United Football Club. We have Denwin Farmer, Supersport Football Club. We have Tebogo Meerane, Bidvest Football Club. We have Maposa Obrimudiba, Mpumalanga Black Aces Football Club. We have Madisha Mujeka, Mamelodi Sundowns Football Club. We have Ches Williams, Cape Town All-Stars Football Club. We have Kumbulani Mkhize, Orlando Pirates Football Club. Bongani Matebula, Witbank Spurs Football Club. Our midfielders will be Monet Nel, Supersport Football Club, Spelele Lutuli, University of Pretoria Football Club, Kiamukhetso Bikanyo, Mamelodi Sundowns Football Club. Ricky Lorenko, PS Zole, Netherlands. Hashim Domingo, who's unattached, is a free agent. Tsepo Dipoko, Amazulu Football Club. Tlotlo Lepile, Torrizenze in Portugal. Pule Maraisane, Torrizenze in Portugal. The strikers and forwards will be Fakhri Lake, Santos Football Club. Sianda Ngubo, Orlando Pirates Football Club. Dumsani Zuma, Bloemfontein Football Club. Bloemfontein Celtics Football Club, sorry. Tyron Sandos, Grêmio Football Club in Brazil. Lebogang Mutiba, FC Lille in France. These are the 24 players that will make the provisional squad. The technical team will cut the 3 players and get the best 21 players out of that. The final camp that will take us to the tournament in Senegal will start on the 15th of February and finish on the 5th of March. And the tournament will start on the 8th of March and finish on the 22nd of March. And we're hoping to be one of the best 4 teams that will go to the semis and qualify for the World Cups. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Coach Thabo. And now let's move over to Coach Owen Dagama to give us some info on the under-23 national team.
Okay, unfortunately enough, first of all, sorry, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, we don't have a team to announce for under-23s. That we'll do at a later stage. As you know, the under-23s are very, very inactive over long periods of time. But we're trying to find a system, and there is a system in place that's been put in by our head coach and the technical committee to have a very good link between the under-17s, under-20s, and the under-20s, under-23s. Our first competition will be the All-African Cup. That will be around about between the 24th and the 22nd and the 24th of April. And then obviously we have the Olympic qualifiers after that, which we are waiting dates from FIFA. But in saying that, we have put a very good plan in place. We are waiting for the technical committee and management to come back to us and approve that, where we'll be very, very active and try and have as many camps as possible. At times, the under-20s and the under-23s, there will be a bit of an overlink there, so we'll try and manage that as best as we can. But in saying that, we're looking forward to a very, very strong under-23 team that will also try and bridge that gap and we create more younger players for the national team. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much, Coach Owen Dagama, and thanks once again to your junior national team coaches for that information. And perhaps the moment we've all been waiting for the announcement of the final 23-man squad for Bafana Bafana that will be doing duty in Equatorial Guinea. That squad will be announced by the head coach, Ephraim Shakes Mashaba. But before he does that, just some logistics of the national team. As you are aware that we've been in camp since the 26th, and we took a break. In fact, we're going to take a break after this announcement. We going back into camp on the 2nd of January. And 2 days later, that will be a Sunday, we'll be playing against Zambia. That's one of our warm-up matches. It's an international friendly match. That will be at the Orlando Stadium in Soweto. Kickoff is 3 o'clock. Tickets are still available. We've slashed our prices. They're 50 rands all round in the stands. You can still buy those tickets at CompuTicket, Checkers, ShopRite, as well as ShopRite Checkers stores. And then immediately after the match, 2 days later, that is on Tuesday, the 6th, we'll be traveling to Gabon for a pre-tournament camp, where we scheduled to play about 2 matches. One of them is confirmed. That's against Cameroon in Libreville. That will be on Saturday, the 10th of January. And then we still are waiting confirmation with hosts Gabon for a match on either the 13th or the 14th. And our departure to Equatorial Guinea is dependent on that match. If we play the match on the 13th, we'll move into Equatorial Guinea on the 14th. If we play the match on the 14th, we move into Equatorial Guinea on the 15th. And then, as you are aware, we've been paired against Algeria, against Senegal, against Ghana. Those matches are on, the first one is on Monday, the 19th of January. That's 9 o'clock South African time. The second one against Senegal is on the 23rd. That's also 9 o'clock South African time. And the last group stages match is against Ghana on Tuesday, the 27th. And that will be at 8 o'clock South African time. And also, finally, the team will be based in Mongomo. As you know, that the 4 teams, Algeria, Ghana, Senegal, and South Africa, will be based in Mongomo. And with that, let me hand over to head coach of Bafana Bafana, Ephraim Shakes Mashaba. I know he's had a headache. I hope this will be the end of his headache now. Over to you, coach.
Thank you, folks. I thought you'll be having a box of Panados here. Unfortunately, I see you don't care about me. But let's start off by saying I'm sure everyone had a very good Christmas with your families. And as we await the dawning of the new year, I'm sure everybody's looking into that with oomph and zeal. And we hope you'll transfer some of that to the team as we go to Equatorial Guinea. Quickly, I would like to take some time and go through, make you aware how we got where we are, where we come from. Want to make you aware of our roadmap to Equatorial Guinea 2015. Bafana Bafana preparations for the CAF Orange Africa of Nations 2015. The summary. The team preparation will take place in different phases. The broad elements of the preparations would cover both psychological and mental preparations and the physical and tactical preparation. The outlay of the strategy. The process was underpinned by a vision of the team in terms of what is now our wish, our dream, as we set out to participate in these coming games. Secondly, we shall deal with the activity program in terms of how we prepare to meet the challenges ahead of us. We had to prepare this, you know, when you talk to people, everybody says, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? We're going to win the championships. But champions don't talk like that. Champions will always say, we've got to get rid of those small problems on our way to win the championship. That is why we have this preparation. Finally, we shall look at our human resources in terms of players, technical members, and support from the association, e.g. Office of the CEO, to achieve objectives set out above. The last section will also address the question of the selection criteria of players and who will qualify to be in the national team. the strategic design. Our strategy consists of the following: the conceptual phase, deciding who to call and who to put in the team, and how are we going to put the team together. The implementation, we're talking about camps, the matches, and the assessment of all those things. Then we get to the monitoring of our players. We depended on videos, the Amisco, and all these other things. We attended matches. We rely on feedback from other clubs, coaches. We indulge in things like social activities. We went to Mpumalanga to one of the social organization where we took the team, because we felt that was one other way of selling the team to people. And of course, some of those kids won't be able in the rest of their lives to get a chance to rub shoulders with these players. That is why we took them through. The vision of the team. Our vision is to make an impact in the forthcoming, the FIFA, CAF, regional, other tournaments where the South African national teams take part and work hard to win a medal. This is one thing I want to highlight in our country. We always talk about winning the World Cup. We're dreaming. Before we could talk winning the World Cup, we've got to be the champ in the Southern region. It's very important. We've got to have command in that region. And the teams in that region, then we scale out to Africa and Africa into the World Cup. This is the plan of this team. This is the key element in our strategic design and addresses our main objective. All the team members, the South African Football Association, that is SAFA, the government, the media, the South African public at large, sponsors, partners, and donors to support this vision. We cannot do it alone. We need your support. Our program goes like, in our program, we deal with various activities necessary to achieve our vision. Our program includes inter alia matches at both local and international levels. Situation analysis. Our strategic design carries the assessment, analysis, and the scanning of all our environments, especially the competition and the competitors. We take into cognizance the fact that all the participating countries in these tournaments, competitions, have more or less the same vision as ours. Wherever they are planning as we are planning. It's not going to be an easy thing. At the same time, we are aware of the fact that they are all very strong footballing nations or countries who deserve to be in the tournament. This notwithstanding, we do not want to overemphasize the strength of our opponents to a paralysis point. More importantly, in our strategy is how we exploit their weaknesses, strengths, and how we implement that. It's not going to help us sit down here. People, have you seen Ghana? Have you seen Congo? It's none of our business. Our business is to work on what we have. Strengthen that. Explore into the opposition. And then, of course, how are we going to achieve this? We need things like camps. The genesis of every success is a dream. This dream must be a shared dream. There is no way we can have a shared dream if we do not spend time together, have the same values, cultures, norms, and professional habits. First of all, we need to be a team. A team's coherence is brought together by certain beliefs in a single culture. The purpose of the camp is to internalize and re-emphasize some of these issues and form certain habits. Habits of playing as one team, habits of scoring goals, habits of defending, as well as habits of following a game plan. We would have loved to have had mini camps, The mini-camps are utilized to try and speed up the progress of players, as we all know that all the players have a certain and a different kind of potential. Some players were not fortunate enough to be exposed to the basics of football, and this makes it difficult to cope as they progress on their way to the top. Players fall under the different categories. These are the categories of the players that we invited when we prepared this team. We divided our players into 3 categories. 1, the prospectives. 2, the potential. 3, the matured and capped. So there is no player that was left out. Everybody was given a chance. Prospective, we talk about these players, it's players who are being noticed and monitored. The monitoring is taking place at club level. These players have never been involved at senior national team level. They are in the development phases level. We use development here, not on the grassroots, but in their level where they play. And with the correct support and partners, they can become potential senior national team material. The potential players. These are those players that have advanced beyond prospective. Some of them have been called up in the senior national team level and have been given an opportunity to train and be placed on the bench during matches of Bafana Bafana. Take, for instance, a player like Rivaldo, take a player like Fagrilike. Nobody would expect them to, but the chance that we gave them to come train with the team exposed them to this, and we strike it rich, and they are some of the best players today. Matured or capped players. Most of these players have reached maturity stage. This will include local and overseas-based players. They are regulars, including being on the bench occasionally in their teams, and have a certain number of caps with the senior national team. These players have gone past the stage of whether they qualify or not to be in the list of the senior national team. The issues, by and large, in this category are their state of form. This includes fitness, mental preparation, and technical assessment. This will help us as we sit and talk about how was the team formed, who was this called into the team, how did they qualify. We get to the player selection criteria for South African seniors national soccer team. We were looking at a player who's a South African player and carries the barcoded ID. That's all. Zap. Nothing else. And then, of course, we look at the current form in the club. How are they performing in their clubs? Player in good standing with the club. We don't want clubs who have problems with their players who have problems with their clubs, and we bring them here, and that means we're not working together with the clubs. We're doing our own thing. Patriotism, discipline, attitude. We're talking about things like being competitive, confidence, work rate, commitment to a high standard, and mental toughness, etc. We look at things like fitness, speed with the ball, strength, agility, flexibility, combine, and all the time. I hope I included you here, Lucky, and your goalkeepers. They are also included, I'm sure. Then we get to the sensitive issue, the captaincy of the team. Another important aspect of our strategy is the selection of the team captain and his vice captain for this important tournament and other national team commitments. This is not a foregone conclusion that a captain is obviously so-and-so. This is very critical in our plans, and this must be given to a person or player who deserves, not by favor, but on merit and falling within the laid criteria. Process of selecting a captain. Ability to lead and command respect from his colleagues. A good team player. Have leadership qualities problem-solving abilities, a link between team management and players, lead by example, level-headed person, good in motivating his teammates, carries coach's instructions over to the players on the field during the match, ability to read the game situation. We're going to note well, kindly note that it is not out-and-out requirement, but just guidelines. It's not easy that everybody could have all this what you call. One other thing that we've got to know now is that Bafana Bafana has become an international brand. The core brand values here remain respect, discipline, commitment, dedication, passion, loyalty, and most important of them all, patriotism. Note well, from time to time we are confronted by challenges of country versus club. The core brand values carry us through and we are able to overcome adversity. Players are selected in terms of the core values. These are applied against the current playing form of the players. The subject of team preparation, player selection, and captaincy is very important. For all the national teams to exist, we need to actively and consciously invest in talent identification. I think I'll skip the other one, not important, it's just a continuation. The multi-level intervention. We can only reap rewards if we employ the necessary weapons to use when we play in the games. Critical conclusion. Even the phones agrees with me. Design. England has only one of the best leagues in the world. England has the best league in the world. But they're lacking influence in the world games now of late. They are lacking that. The problem is because of ignoring their local talent, looking on the outside of the borders. We don't say that mustn't happen, but it limited numbers. I term this problem of England, I say this is failure by design. They are designing this failure for themselves. And the needs, of course, I'm not going to go to that. To be able to prepare for a tournament like this, you need very good accommodation. You need places where players will be always interacting with people. We're not going to keep ourselves in a secret. We want to meet people. We want to hear what people say to us. We want to hear people, what do they want from us? That's what we do. Those are the kind of things that we need. The training facilities. I would like to thank UJ, Chair, for the field that they gave us. Those who were there, they saw the field, best field to train on. And the distance from the hotel, it's a walking distance. Time has come where we need to limit times on the bus on our way to training. You travel to training 5 hours. You train 20 minutes. You come back, by the time you get to the hotel, you have forgotten what you were training. So we need to work on such things. I think we need things as well as, that's my last page, players also need to be given an opportunity. Give them a freedom to walk in the mall. Though they'll come back with their necks sore looking at girls. Give them a chance. They must look at that. And I'm sure that has given you a light of what took us to be where we are. Maybe if we ask questions, it should be based on this. The moment that we've been waiting for. Today it's good. It's only 2 phones here. Normally, Chair, I have a lot of them. Yeah, surprise. Yeah, you've had the criteria of selection and everything. We selected, in this fashion, we've got 3 goalkeepers. This is not in order of merit, it's just the numbering. Darren Keat, we've got Darren Keat from Korjak Football Club in Belgium. We've got Jackson Mabukwani, Mpumalanga Aces, South Africa. We've got Brilliant Kuzwayo, Kaizer Chiefs Football Club, South Africa. And then we get to defenders. Siyabonga Nhlampo, Bidvest Football Club, South Africa. Patrick Pungwayo, Orlando Pirates Football Club, South Africa. Anele Ngonga, Racing Junk Football Club, Belgium. Tulani Tlachwayo, Bidvest Football Club, South Africa. Eric Matoho, Kaizer Chiefs Football Club, South Africa. Rivaldo Coutier, Ajax Cape Town Football Club, South Africa. Thabo Matlaba, Orlando Pirates Football Club, South Africa. Those are our defenders. Midfielders. Themba Zwane, Mamelodi Sundowns Football Club, South Africa. Andile Jali, KV Oostende Football Club, Belgium. Renele Litsulunywani, Kaizer Chiefs Football Club, South Africa. Bongani Zungu, Mamelodi Sundowns Football Club, South Africa. Tamsanga Sangweni, Chippa United Football Club, South Africa. Dunfermline, Doncaster Rovers Football Club in England. Tusopala, Supersport United Football Club, South Africa. Mandla Masango, Kaizer Chiefs Football Club, South Africa. Opa Manyisa, Orlando Pirates Football Club, South Africa. Strikers. Yeah, I'm saying strikers. I'm finished with the midfielders. Strikers. Bernard Parker, Kaizer Chiefs Football Club, South Africa. Tukelo Ranti, Bournemouth Football Club, England. Bongani Ndulula, Amazulu Football Club, South Africa. Sibusiso Vilakazi, Bidvest Football Club, South Africa. With that, I can wish you the best new year. And I hope that goes down well to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sheikh Mashaba. There you have it. The 23-man squad that will be representing South Africa in Equatorial Guinea. As you are aware, the tournament is starting on the 17th of January up to the 8th of February. That's in 2015. This is the time now for questions, and we'll try and provide answers for you from this table. If you have a question, just raise your hand, say who you are, where you're from, and who the question is directed to. Are there any questions? The coach has been in camp for quite some time, so he might not be available for one-on-ones. So this is your best chance to ask questions. Do we have any questions? Here's a question here. If you can just state your name, sir, where you're from, and who the question is directed to. Do we have microphones? Do you have microphones? Thank you, buddy. Yes, sir?
Good day, gents and lady. Sisamacho, the Daily Sun. I think I'll start off by asking the obvious, as much as the coach might not want to speak about the players that are not in, but just the criteria with leaving out Serrero for your squad.
Let me ask the house at large. You'll control me. Do we talk with the players that are here, or we talk with players that are outside as well? Then we've got to talk about everybody. It mustn't be one player. Oops. Please. Please, we've got to talk about everybody. We had 36 players in the camp. Let's talk about all of them that are not in the team. 11. Thanks, coach. That's why I have you here. 11. Can we reserve Serrero and talk about another player? Because if I have to talk about Serrero, it's going to take the whole year. Let's talk about the other 10. The other 10.
Do you have a question, sir? Coach, should we move to the next question?
Yeah, let's move. It depends on them if they don't have questions.
Yes, sir.
Mark Stratham, Times Media. Coach, having said that, Tulani Serrero did feature strongly in the qualifiers, so it's a bit of a surprise from that perspective. And Bongani Zungu hasn't featured at all. So can you just qualify what the thinking was from that perspective?
Which one do you want me to talk about? You've raised two.
Both,
I indicated that. I said, let's start with everybody.
Yeah.
We'll end up with Serrero.
Okay.
You're talking about who?
Bongani Zungu hasn't featured. Did he impress in the training camp? Bongani Zungu.
What's wrong with Bongani Zungu?
No. Just he hasn't featured. Did he impress in the training camp? What was the thinking there?
Did we call him? Okay, no, that's fine. Can I go through the list and check if he's here?
Yes, coach.
Oh, okay. So what you're saying, he didn't feature. I gave you my strategic planning. I gave you the 3 categories of players that we're going to have. We spoke about the cap, we spoke about the perspective. So some of them, they are falling under those groups. And we're not going to deprive players an opportunity because they were not in the mark. But I'm worried, Mark. The whole week I didn't see you. And you're my fan and you're always I don't know what happened to you. Oh, okay, no, it's fine, it's fine. But I'm sure that answers you, Mark. Okay, thanks.
At the back there. Okay, you've got the microphone.
Coach Shakes, 10 years ago you were denied an opportunity to take Bafana Bafana to a Nations Cup. How do you feel now on the verge of taking the squad to the continent's premier competition?
I feel like a champ. And my feeling, I'm so excited. There's nothing else one can look for. Like you saying, the last time I couldn't go, but now I'm going. I think it's an opportunity to go gauge my coaching level. How good am I at that level? And of course, with the technical committee.
Do you have another question? I saw a hand there at the back.
Simon representing SABC. Shakes, which players did you not consider for selection, like possibly May Mashlanga or anyone else who you felt wasn't fit enough to play?
Difficult question to answer. I think there's a lot of players that we didn't consider. There is a lot of players that we didn't consider, not away abroad, even at home here. There are players that we have sidelined that we didn't bring across. I wouldn't mention names, of course.
What about the one name that I mentioned? Was he considered for selection?
I did ask a question. Do we talk about players that are not here, or what do we do? And we agreed, it's fine. Those who are not here, they are not here. It's a simple case. I don't have to justify. Then it will mean I have to justify even those that are on the list, why they are in the list.
And also, I must just say that, Coach, you very well said that you read the criteria before, right in the beginning. And based on that, I think that answers a lot of questions.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Chair.
Do we have any more questions this side?
Coach, were 4 training sessions enough for you to make up your mind?
Enough.
Yeah.
If you have listened, the chairperson has said it. If you have listened to me, I spoke about the mini camps. That is where you should have asked me, what are these mini camps about? it was something that we would sit down with our partners, PSL, and say to them, we know you've got a tight program, but at least after playing your games over the weekend, give us the players Monday and Tuesday to work on trying to push up things. And after Tuesday afternoon, they go back to their clubs. But most unfortunately, we didn't have time for that team. In football, there's so much things that we do tactically. You'll never have enough time. You'll never have enough time.
Any more questions? Oh, there's a hand there.
Love more from Kickoff, Coach.
Don't be serious.
I'm always serious.
Smile.
Coach, in making your selection, how much of a consideration did you give into the type of opposition that you're going to be facing in the group stages?
I mentioned, we need not to paralyze ourselves talking about the strong points of Zambia. They're strong on the right, in the middle of the park. We're going to sit without a plan. Let us look at, on the right, how strong are we? On the left, how strong are we? Maybe we're weak in the middle. What do we need to do to strengthen that? And then we go, this thing of knowing the other team's opposition. Let's say today you go watch Zambia. They're buzzing. They play good football. And the day you come there, you play them, they are zero. They flat. What do you say to your players? Hey, I mislead you, boys. Keep our players fired up for the game. Whether the team is good, it's not. Like, I didn't want to mention, I don't know, have you bought coffins for us? We're in the group of death. I don't know who's going to die, not us.
Not us. Not us.
Not us. Not us. I don't know who's going to die there. We are going to Equatorial Guinea. We're going to compete. We're not taking status there. We're taking a good team that is going to compete there.
Oh, yeah? Yes, sir?
Thank you. Walter Mabiba, freelance journalist. Coach, what is your message to the players who have been sidelined, especially those who took part in the qualifiers, the likes of Sibusiso Khumalo, who had two beautiful games replacing Thabo Matlaba, and then have you already decided on who is going to captain the team going to Equatorial Guinea?
Let me start with the first one. We don't have a captain. Up to so far, we're all captains. We're captaining ourselves towards the tournament. And when we get there, we look who's got an edge, not a good one, who's got an edge above all of us. Then we will name the captain. According to us, we never liked having a permanent captain. We wanted to rotate because that's another point that the SAFA technical development plan is trying to address, to build up leaders. So that is why we don't want to say you're a captain for 6 months. And that becomes a difficult thing. And the second one, unfortunately, you were not at the training session. Unfortunately, you're all here. We spoke to the players. 2 things that we spoke to them. We said, those who are in the team, be careful. Selection is not permanent. For the fact that you're being selected, you've got to go back, work hard. Those who are not in the team, it's not the end of the world. We still have them in our minds. It's not to say they were not good. There is just something amongst themselves. Others had a better edge than the others. And I would like to say to you, convey this message to all the players. Each and every player that carries a green barcoded ID will play in the Bafana. But you're not going to be carried into the team. You've got to work hard. Show us what you're made of. So that when we bring you into a team, it mustn't be by favor or by anything. Thanks for that question, my brother. It's a very good question. And I'll ask you people to convey the message to those players.
Do we have any more questions? Last 2 before we break for... You saying, sir?
Oh, Serrero is not in the team. Other players proved to be better than him. According to the criteria. That's the criteria. That's the criteria.
Last question there. Can we have the last question there at the back?
Thank you. Coach Chad from Kickoff Magazine. You've brought Bernard Parker back into the team. Did you see a need for a more experienced striker up front as opposed to what you went through in the AFCON qualifiers?
Not only experience, it's a question of, it's not in the national team, in the whole country. The striking force, we bankrupt in the striking force. And we brought him in to come and strengthen us. That's why we brought him to add the numbers in the striking force.
Mark, again. Okay, the last one there. There's the microphone.
Coach, I know it's been very important for you to select players that you feel are hungry, they want to die for the team, and you know that are definitely going to give absolutely everything. Did that play a role in the exact individuals that you put into the squad?
Mark, when you start talking, you count, and when you finish, you go down. I don't hear you. Use the same level.
I've got a funny accent too, Coach. I'm sorry. I know you've always said you want players who are going to die for the team, and who are going to play for the jersey, who are going to go out there and kill themselves. How much, with each individual in the squad, how much role did that play in who you've included?
Let me say to you, Mark and the House at large, I think all the players that we have in here, they've showed hunger. That is why they are in the team. That is why we selected them. And I know a lot of people will talk about experience. You know, how do I define the word experience? Experience is a name we give to our yesterday's mistakes. We lost because we never had the experience. That's the problem. Experience doesn't guarantee us a win. In whichever way you want to look at it, it doesn't.
Thank you very much, Coach, and thank you to all of you. But before we leave, may I ask the Coach, just in very short, to give us his New Year's message, and then ask the Lady of the House to also give us a New Year's message as we end 2014. Coach, over to you.
Unfortunately, Christmas is gone. I would say happy, happy. So it's gone. But on a serious note, let's start off by saying it's that time of the year again where we exercise caring, giving, and sharing and loving. We would like you to go back to your families. As he indicated, the dawning of the new year, it's coming, 2015. Let us be together with our families. Those who are driving, don't drink and drive. And it's not only those who are driving who are not supposed to drink. Those who might find themselves in the beach, don't drink and dive in there because you're gone. You won't be able to come back. And to all our fans that have supported us, the media and everybody, that never went unnoticed. We appreciate that, and we know that there's some things that we did wrong. It will be good that when you've got something to say, let's know about it. Go out, have a splendid 2015, and be one of the people to wait for us at the OR Tambo when we come back. Please. Thank you.
Thank you. Can we ask now Natasha, on behalf of the President of the South African Football Association, to also say a few words?
First of all, I'd like to say that we do trust our coaches. And most important, at this present moment, Coach Shakes Mashaba, on behalf of the President, once again, and the Executive, we know that whoever you select is based
Well, there you have it, and that was the chairperson, of course, of the technical committee, just giving closing words. But we've heard from Coach Shakes Mashaba. He has announced the final 23-man squad that is to represent South Africa at the AFCON Cup, of course, that is occurring next year on the 15th of January 2015. But in studio with me, I'm joined by former Bafana Bafana player and SABC soccer analyst, Mr. Mike Mangena. Sir, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
Absolutely. We couldn't have it any other way. I mean, we just heard the 23-man squad, which will be, of course, representing South Africa in the AFCON next year. Is this the team that you had anticipated?
This is it. This is the team, my dear. I believe in the coaches. I believe in Coach Shakes Mashaba and his assistant and the whole technical team. This team